right, hey, shalom, shalom. Wait for this brother to get ready. Another day to prophesy. Downfall of Babylon out here. Hope y'all brothers is doing all right out there in the four corners of the earth. You know, going out into the highways and the byways and doing what we commanded to do. But first and foremost, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. All right, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that ruled well, that never left the flock astray but continued to feed the sheep. And salutations to Akim to go throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth, risking your life and putting your life on the line to further the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai under the hopeful elect. All right, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and Seminole Indian, right? The 12,000 that will come out of the 12 tribes of Israel, right? Which make up the 144,000 who are the ones to be delivered in this last day. All right, as well as the 1/3. All right, 2/3 of our nation are going to be destroyed right along with the other nations here in Babylon. All right, and we are living in those times, man. You know, the signs of the times are speaking. If somebody could grab 2nd Ezra chapter 6, starting at like 7. You know, we are living in the last days of Yahweh, the last days of the last days. Because when Yahweh Shai was on the scene, it was the beginning of the last days.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? And the beginning, and when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
Yep. And we're seeing that right now. Okay, I ain't gonna jump the gun, but hey, we are living in those times as we speak. And it's as they say, the letters or the words are jumping up off the pages. Prophecy is so prevalent. Prophecy is at such a high level right now, such a high vibration that hey, we're seeing the works of the Lord, man. The things that he spoke about, the things that we were told that we believed coming into this thing, we are now seeing. And it's a pleasant feeling and a glorious feeling to know that hey, we know the Lord's name, we know who to call upon, and we have hope of protection, man. Speaking.
Speaking.
Yep.
Verse 8, it says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Yep. When you go into that word heel, it's in the definition of supplant, right? Because Jacob would eventually supplant Esau. Go ahead.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Right, and he's holding the heel because they came out together. Because Esau is the end of the world, right? Esau is the end of this common eon that we're living in, this rulership, this current wicked ass fish fillet, Big Mac, fucking orange taco, Nero fucking leadership that is circling the drain right now. Right, him and all his flunkies, man. You got a bunch of base 7144 on that truck right there on the side. You got a bunch of base men running the country right now, and it's evident because there's no strategy, there's no wisdom. Like wisdom has left teaming, right? Because guess who started this country, man? It was them small hats, them tiny toppers. And that's who's at the top of your government as well. And if they aren't one, they're working for one.
I got an all-time favorite real quick.
Please do.
Hey, this is Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
By who? Hey, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. They can't do nothing without the hand of the Lord okaying it. Right. They're not opposing shit. Right. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Hey, they're better than you 2/3. Yep. They ride in order with their God, which is Lucifer. Satan. Spiritual demon Shaitan. They doing exactly what he's whispering into their ears. Y'all motherfuckers ain't listening to your power, which is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And that's why you're in the current state of confusion that you're in, worried about what's about to happen, worried about your next meal, worried about how you gonna pay the $700 car payment as the brother Kasab was going into on the way here, and your $400 insurance, your fucking $1,000 a month food bill, and your $5,000 a month rent. You wondering how you gonna make it?
Right.
All right. Meanwhile, the prophets is relying on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua.
It says, he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Right. And who is this, man? Esau Edom is the one that came out of the Renaissance, tagging up everything. Right. As you drive on the highway, you see all the tagging on the overpass, on the trains. That's what Esau was doing to the images of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, painting his own image over them, turning them white. He whitewashed them during the time of iconoclasm. Right out of the Renaissance started iconoclasm, and that's why all the Russian icons are important, because hey, they're showing you what they actually look like before he started his fucking graffiti.
Yeah, that Renaissance too, meaning rebirth. So that was the rebirth of the Edomites coming back into power. Yeah. All right, the scriptures, I'll grab it, going into the deadly wound. Esau had a deadly wound that was healed, and they came back into power via the Renaissance. But with that rebirth, all right, you know, they gotta take what's currently in power in that image, that structure, and whitewash them. You know.
That's a tactic for overthrowing and taking down any force. And you don't if you go and conquer a land, you're not about to leave up their statues of their heroes and whatnot to spark up that, you know, that you know, the memories of, you know what I'm saying, the tales of that valor to incite the people to try to rise up towards that again, man. You got to cut all that shit down. So Esau, when he came through and took over, he took down that thing to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, we wasn't nothing, and to uplift himself.
A modern day version of that, to prove what you're saying, is what they did with Iraq.
Oh yeah.
Y'all remember the famous them pulling down the Saddam Hussein statue? When they pulled down that big ass Saddam Hussein statue, like everybody went crazy. You know, that's a modern day version of what the brother was just saying.
Hey, and as they did in 70 AD, when they pillaged the temple and sacked the temple, right? That's what they did to Saddam Hussein's temple. You know, my mom's wicked ass son came back with a whole bunch of shit from there. Damn. Gold, Cuban cigars, hookahs, gold-plated hookahs, all kind of shit, man. Pictures of him and his fucking Edomite buddies sitting on the throne and sitting on all the gold benches and shit, walking through the garden. And that's what Esau does, man. That's his MO. He loved to pillage something and act like it's his.
Right.
You know? Right. You're gonna stand up in your place. No matter who it is. I went into that this week. It don't matter what nation you are, he gonna do you like he did the Israelites, because he figured out he can do it. Right. He's exceeded his wickedness, and now he's in the fullness of his wickedness, so now he feel like he could just brawly up and be a bully to everybody. But Iran ain't playing that shit right now.
All steals glory, man.
Yeah.
He steals the glory of whoever he can. He's gonna, it may seem as if he's the great one. You know, he credits civilization to, you know, the Edomites credit civilization to themselves, man. You know, all the great inventions and whatnot, they credit all that to themselves, man. They don't give credit to the real nations that actually, you know, contributed and formulated and came up with the different things. I got another real quick scripture for you too.
Yeah.
To go along with that, Job 9:24. This is Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men.
The basest of men, man. Esau Edom, the caveman, right? Who didn't even know how to wipe his ass or wash himself. It had to be shown how to do all of that. Didn't have a language. He was praying amongst the thorns. Right. He was ooga booga. He was fucking never showered. Didn't know what showering was or cleaning himself. And this is your leader, man. This is the one that you bow down to. BB Melkowski, DJ T, Pete Hedgehog. All these demons, man, that you look up to and you put your faith in, they showing you that, hey, they ain't got it. All right, they ain't got it at all. But the Lord put them in this position, what? For the downfall, because we just read it, Esau is the end of the world, and you're seeing the beginning of the end of the world, man. And it's beautiful that we're here.
I'm gonna read what he just read. I was holding that as well. Yep. I'm gonna read it in the NLT. I had it queued up in the NLT.
That's the spirit,
yeah.
Daniel 4:17 in the NLT. It says, "For this has been decreed by the messengers. It is commanded by the holy ones, so that everyone may know that the Most High rules over the kingdoms of the world. He gives them to anyone he chooses, even to the lowliest of people."
And who's the lowliest of people in our society that we live in right now, man? The Edomite, so-called white man. Right?
Ain't nothing lower than the Edomite.
Right. He's the one sleeping in the bed with his dogs.
Right.
Laying with his dogs, doing filthy things with his dogs.
Right.
With little babies and children. Eating fucking flesh, calling it beef jerky like it's a fucking game.
Like it's a joke.
Like all this shit is a joke to him because he has no soul, man.
Right.
His soul which is in him is not upright not lifted. The soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Right.
Those titles are only given to Israel. That's how we know that Cornelius was an Israelite because of the way he was spoken about in Scripture.
Right. Right. Being devout.
Yes.
Being called devout is not something that just goes to anybody. Man.
That's right.
You know, I'm gonna look up the word devout. To be devout, you know what I'm saying? That's not a characteristic of just anybody, man.
At all.
Okay.
Yep. Upright. You don't give those titles to heathens. You know, those are set aside for those that are born of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Those are that are of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay? Because Esau will call himself the seed of Abraham, sure. Right? The sons of Isaac, the Anglo-Saxons, you can call yourself whatever you want to, but you are not the Israelites. And you can play all you want to, but hey, you tell on your own self. Your tongue falls upon your own self.
Right.
All your encyclopedias break down how you know you're not the people.
Right. Well, real quick, what the brothers just quoted about his soul being, I like to say, Esau got spiritual scoliosis.
Right.
All right. So this is
doing this.
Hey, the nigga in Seattle that used to
Yeah. The hunchback.
The hunchback in Notre Dame.
I got a hunchback in the neighborhood to be like that.
Yeah,
Damn.
that should be the
hoarder.
Yeah.
Crazy as hell. Oh, the hoarders like that?
Oh.
Pumped over?
Pumped over with a cane.
Damn.
Going to use the bathroom in a porta potty because his bathroom's full of stuff.
Man, that's sad. Well, not sad, but
it's a low state, man. This is the vibration of Babylon.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a base man right there.
Right.
Here we are, Babylon. Here we are, Esau. Here's your kingdom.
Right. Hey, take a bow, fucking Esau. Take a fucking bow. This is what you've done. You poisoned everybody. Everybody got health issues. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is broke and disgruntled. Hey, take a bow, man.
Yeah, round of applause for your
Yeah, you did a great job.
This is the Habakkuk 2. In verse 4, it says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith."
Hey, right? So even though Esau, Edom is doing all this wickedness throughout the four corners of the earth, right, putting pressure on all the nations, we living by faith, man. We have faith that our Lord is on his way.
Right.
That Yahweh is sending his son, Yahweh Shai, to come and deliver the elect.
Right.
Because, man, this shit is bad out here. It's going to get worse. But hey, he said he's going to protect his elect. So we have faith that, hey, no matter how bad it gets, we're going to hold it down and endure.
That's right.
That's our belief.
That's
we
right.
Don't have no other thought in our mind that, oh, this and that could sway us this way, this or that could sway us that way. Fuck that, man. We've been enduring in this thing.
Right.
Why wouldn't you want to continue on to the end? You're going to get to the top of the hill. You got 45 steps left, but you're going to turn the fuck around like, well, I got close. Hell no, man.
I got close. I almost made it.
Nah, man. Who does that? Esau don't even do that.
Can I read that Habakkuk real quick in the NLT? So the Habakkuk that I just read, 2 and 4 in the NLT, it says, "Look at the proud." All right? Automatically, you just think of Donald Trump and that whole cabinet.
Yeah.
The small hats, the tiny tops over in the land of Israel. You know, and really, this was talking about Israelites. You know, we apply this to the heathen. But really, this is talking about the Israelites. The fucking Esau one trying to win
Right.
and shit.
Right.
Yeah, we talking about your ass, nigga.
Right.
Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
That proud ass
yeah.
devil, man.
Yeah.
Talking shit. Yeah, weak ass motherfucker think he, man.
Oh, even Keir Starmer over in the UK, they had this motherfucker at a boxing gym hitting the heavy bag. Oh, he looked like a straight bitch.
Oh damn.
He was hitting
like
hitting it
Stephen A.
all.
Smith.
He was hitting it like a straight faggot. Just hitting it all frail and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just no power in the punch.
Yeah.
It just looked nasty. It looked disgusting.
You ever seen Stephen A. Smith when they caught him?
Yeah.
Looking frail
Hey,
as
he
fuck.
might be a tear, man.
Gotta be, man.
I think
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith is a tear.
Straight
That's
up.
me speaking
Hey,
through the spirit.
He got tear. He giving tear.
Tear
He's
vibe.
giving Terry.
He like a 111. Hey, he's like the terror version of Scottie Pippen.
Right. The Terry version.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right. Habakkuk 2 and 4 in the NLT, it says, "Look at the proud. They trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked."
Hey, DJT tell you that. I don't need Congress. I just go by my own conscience.
My own moral compass.
My own moral compass.
Right.
I got this.
Yeah, my conscience is my moral compass or some whatever bullshit he was spewing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy word. It says they trust in themselves and their lives are crooked. Look at the small hats, man.
Right.
All right. But the righteous will live by their faithfulness to the Most High.
That's right. But we gonna be faithful, man. We're gonna do as we commanded. We're gonna keep the laws to the best of our ability and follow Yahushua's example.
Right.
That's what the brothers and Dallas was talking about last night.
Yeah.
That's a sure way. Hey, let me hit this real quick. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered.
Hey, and Esau's
That's
definitely crooked.
that's fucking spiritual scoliosis,
That's
man.
right.
You know, ain't no way that dude can be made right. He wasn't made to be right.
What was
he
that?
was made to be left. That was Ecclesiastes 1 and 15. He wasn't made to be right. Esau wasn't made to be right. The Lord didn't set him up to be right. He got the look at that shit. He got the Israelites to be right. Okay? Esau was made as the wicked counterpart, man, because the Lord believes in balance, you know. But the kingdom that's about to be set up underneath our Lord and Savior Yahushua, there's no need for the wickedness no more, man. His time was now, you know. But he wasn't made to be right. That's why there's not a righteous bone within any Edomite that's out there, man.
Right.
Regardless of how much they want to smile in your face or, you know, speak with soft and nice words, if they get the opportunity to screw you over, they're gonna fucking take it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a video that got
They
put
gonna
up.
stab you right in the back.
There was a video that was getting sent
And they
around.
say, "Ow, you're hurting me."
This week, where the guy was talking about if I had a button to kill all the Palestinians, I'll press it in a second.
I
He's
heard
like,
that
I'll
nigga.
press it right now. Give it to me. You know what I'm saying? The pure wickedness of Esau, Edom, man, and there is no correction for that other than the Lord taking their ass out.
That's right.
Real quick too, this is Job chapter 23 verse 10. It says, "But he that knoweth the way that I take, when he have tried me," but he knoweth the way that I take. When he have tried me, I shall come forth as gold. My foot hath held his steps, his way have I kept, and not declined. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food.
Hey man, that's straight gate. You know, fire on one side, water on the other. Right? But we're continuing to go and follow Yahushua down that path, man. Could you start that over at the beginning?
Yep. But he that knoweth the way that I take, but he knoweth, I said that wrong twice.
It's all good.
The second time the same way. But he knoweth the way that I take. When he have tried me, I shall come forth as gold.
Right, when he had tried me, he come forth as gold. Because, hey, we going through the flames, man. The furnace of affliction. We're going through it now, so we don't have to taste of the lake of fire. Right, but those that are of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and follow his ways and do his work, prophesy in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and go to the end faithfully, whether it be unto deliverance or death, those are going to be turned into gold, man. Through that fire, they're going to be melted down and be precious. Right, and not be burnt up and turned into dross and burn off. And we're hoping to be a part of that number. That's what we out here doing.
Right.
We ain't doing this for fun. I mean, it is fun, but we're not doing it for no reason. There's an expected end.
We find pleasure in it because we really delight. We delight in the aspect of serving and praising and glorifying the Lord, man.
Right.
Okay. We delight in the aspect of hopefully being pleasing in His sight.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we find joy in it. Okay. But it's a foolish thing to do.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, we find joy in cleaning ourselves up, man. You know, when you take a shower after a long day, it feels real good.
Yeah.
And you coming out of Babylon with all this muck and grease and death on you, and you're able to wipe it off and cleanse your way. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By the washing of the word. And we're being washed with the word, man. That feels amazing.
Right.
So that's the pleasure and the fun that we have with this thing.
Right.
Right? And hey, the Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he blessed us with that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding and blew that breath into us. Otherwise, we would be them dry bones that didn't have no sinews and no skin and be able to stand up and walk, man.
We still be in amongst the congregation of the dead. Oh, the dead. Hey, y'all can see it.
Woo!
A hearse, an all-white hearse just rolled by. We told the congregation of the dead. If the Lord didn't put the breath within us, put that hope, put that faith within us, you know, then we'd be just like the rest of these niggas out here that think they are every proverb and byword that gets put on the Israelites every 10 years.
Right.
We'd be amongst them bugged out of our minds, man.
Right.
But like the brother said, through taking heed to the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Heavenly Father has cleaned us up and brought us into the fold, man.
Yeah. We'd be going to them horse houses praying to some white boy.
Man.
Some hippie that's playing with the Grateful Dead.
Damn.
Fucking Grateful Dead tour, and hoping he come back and hand us some lilacs and daisies, and we get a free trip to the sky where all the babies be flying around.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Fuck out of here.
the Christians don't even have that aspect that, you know, the mindset of that you are here to suffer right now, man.
Right.
They're thinking that they pray and be like, oh, well, why isn't the God's not real because He's not answering me? Nothing good's going on in my life. They're not thinking about the fact that we're here to one, as Israelites, we're here suffering a punishment. Two, we get set through trials and whatnot for our faith to get built up, man. You know, they don't. Christianity doesn't push that.
And they done sat through the whole passion of the Christ and seen what happened.
Right.
Right. And your Lord suffers,
Yeah.
but you don't have to go through nothing.
He
It's just a
suffered.
cakewalk.
He suffered for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Hey, that's their mindset. He suffered for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
he
Rather
tell the
than
sons-
he suffered with me. You know,
Right.
he suffered for me. You know.
Hey, what did he tell the sons of Zebedee?
Oh yeah, you gonna drink of that cup, man.
If you wanna be with Yahushua and that quickening spirit and the reincarnation, hey, you gonna have to suffer, man. You going to Acts?
No,
Hey, through much tribulation, shall we enter
I
into the
can grab
kingdom?
that for you. Oh yeah, I had a precept.
Quick precept. This is Isaiah 49, going into our suffering, right? Isaiah 49, I'm going to start at verse 9 and read through verse 11. It says, yet for my own sake, and this is NLT, yet for my own sake and for the honor of my name, I will hold back my anger and will not wipe you out.
Hey, we broke that contract, man. Think about how pissed off a father is if you made an agreement with him, and I know firsthand, hey, okay, you're gonna be here at 6 o'clock, we're gonna start working on this roof. And you made that agreement, you shook hands with your own father, he already gonna pay you, done gave you a little bit ahead of time, you know, which is the Holy Spirit, you know, for now, what we got now.
The earnest payment. You know, the down payment is the Holy Spirit, like President Dawson wanted to. You know, with the hopes that and belief that we're gonna get the back end of the payment, just like when so-called rappers go on tour or do a show at a certain club or something.
Yep.
They get certain amount up front, they perform, and then they get the back end, the rest of their money after they perform.
Because they get a portion of the people coming in.
The door sales,
yeah.
whatnot, yep.
Liquor sales, door sales.
Right. Because they're bringing business to the venue.
Right.
You know.
So with us, bringing business to the venue, so to say, is calling the elect back home, back into the fold, man.
Right.
And because of that, it's going to be a great reward for the Lord's, his chosen. Start, the 144,000. Those men, those spirits, man, are this world can't even wrap their mind around the things that the men of the Lord suffer. Yeah. The spirits we got to combat. The people we got to be around and tolerate, just like Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. Hey, we go through that, man. All right, on top of demons fucking with us, you still gotta get them demons up off you and maintain in the faith. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This world, they don't know what the hell is going on.
They don't got a clue. Yeah. No, expound, brother.
No. I mean, that's the point.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, so like you show up late to where you were supposed to be. Pops then left and went to work. You need somebody else there to help. And your pops looking at you crazy by the time you get back. Like, what the fuck, man? Didn't we agree on this? Right. Well, hey, that's what happened with the nation of Israel. We fucked up that contract. He had the whole right to just destroy us, man. I know that pissed him off. Here it is. He done delivered us out of Egypt with a stretched out arm and a mighty hand. Showed us all these miracles. And what we do? We went off. Like, man, rebellious and stiff-necked people.
Man, hard-hearted, impudent.
Yeah.
Disobedient. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
Hey, I got very little love for Jake on this side, man. Realistically, I got very little. Yeah, you're an Israelite, whatever, man. If you ain't serving y'all by Shimei Shah, man, I really have a small tolerance and you know what I'm saying, amount of empathy for you, man. That nigga gonna crash his car, bro. He gonna crash his car, cuz.
Hey, what's their name? Jerry's, man. Jerry's ass gonna fucking wreck.
Jerry gonna wreck, man. But hey, just because the word is going out, the word has been going out. They have the same opportunity that we have to be able to receive, this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And they're just tossing it behind them, man.
They still spending 7 years listening, but going and fucking with Esau in the church.
Right.
Praying to a white guy.
Right. Driving around with a woman looking all out the window crazily at other, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man.
Crazy word. They live in a wicked place, man.
The Brother Decides quote is great, man. You fuck everything and everybody outside the elect, man. And the Lord, I can see it that as the Lord continues to move us forward and things continue to, tighten down and get more hectic and wild, I can see that, that, hey, brothers is gonna lock more in with each other, and it's that spirit's really gonna be out there where it's like, hey, if you ain't down with this, man, fuck you.
That's what the brothers was going into last night. The brothers in Dallas. If you ain't in the immediate circle, it's kind of like you might, your parents, your father and your mother, scriptures say, honor thy father and thy mother. If you got a woman and kids, all right, but that's pretty much as far as that life raft extends, so to say, But everything outside of that is really a damn succubus designed to pull energy away from you, which you yourself are energy that fuels the fire amongst the brothers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, as we get closer to the end, we're gonna have a cold ass spirit on us, man. Right. You know what I'm saying, toward this world, which you should have been in that spirit anyways, straight out the gate.
Right.
That a lot of brothers cold turkey, everything.
Right.
Parents, fucking siblings. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers even just totally excommunicado their own parents.
Right.
And then over the years, it's kind of like, okay,
right.
You're built up, so now you know how to, you can kind of deal with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To where,
right.
To
where it's not, every conversation ain't immediately just pissing you off where you want to, condemn them in the scriptures because that's what you into. Mm-hmm. So you take that time away, build yourself up to where you get a little bit more of a foundation. to where now, even as you move amongst non-believers, you ain't you ain't flaring at their ass, man.
And when you come into the truth, you want your people to be saved, man.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You're
You know
so
what I'm
passionate
saying?
about trying to have them understand it the way you, because it makes sense to you.
Yeah.
It's puzzling how it doesn't make sense to them.
Exactly.
And how they're not moved immediately to like really try to jump on and get involved, you know?
Like, are you not hearing me?
Right.
You not hear what I just said?
Right.
Scriptures first and foremost.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
All right, you claim to be a Christian and you claim to believe in God and
Right.
the Bible.
Right.
Like, and this is what it's saying, and I'm reading it to you. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell you know that that's true.
Right.
But still, there's no action behind you. Like, so
You can't
That's
gainsay and resist what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I know when it's hitting your ear, it's making sense to you.
Right.
But it ain't enough to really stir you to change your life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I remember them early conversations with my pops, and they're like, damn, man. Like you eventually just be like, well, hey, you know the scripture, so not everybody's gonna get this thing. His sheep hear his voice.
Right.
Not everybody has that ear.
Yep.
It's not all tuned in. Not everybody's tuned in with Yahweh Shah in his word.
I'm sorry.
Yahweh Shah's word.
That's another reason too why you need to why you got to treat the truth preciously, man. If the Lord really did give you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding where this makes sense to you, don't just squander that. Don't just be like, yo, okay, I got this truth, so now I get to sit back and take it easy. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay on fire for this thing, man. The fire only got to go out once, and that could be it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It only got to go out once, and that could be it, man. So make sure that you steadily fueling that thing, man. Keeping it burning. You know, keep supplying. Throw some logs on that joint, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Hey, the candle gets to a point where it goes out, you can't relight it no more. The wick still be right there, but it ain't never gonna catch. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep that fire going.
Yep. Gotta keep oil in that lamp.
I got a couple. I know you got some.
Yeah. Let me finish this off. Ephesians 49, and I'm gonna read that 10 again. It says in the NLT, I have refined you, but not as. I'm gonna read 9. It says, yet for my own sake and for the honor of my name, I will hold back my anger and not wipe you out. I have refined you, but not as silver is refined.
Hey, the Lord said He was doing that for His sake too, right? Again, we was talking about not being proud, how Edom is proud, some 2/3 is proud and whatnot. We don't have room for pride, man. Because the Lord, even with what the Lord has given us, this great gift that He's given us, it's not ours. It was given unto us, man. Right. It's not as if we produced it for ourselves. The Lord has given it unto us, man. So we don't have room to be puffed up like, yeah, I'm the man. I'm not shit, man. You know,
motherfucking thing.
I'm nothing.
Just a mouthpiece.
I'm an unprofitable servant, man. Okay.
A vessel that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is using.
Right.
But hey, you gotta remember, many are called, but few are chosen.
Right.
So like the brother said, you gotta continue in this thing, man. You can't let that oil get low, and you can't let your flame burn out.
Right. Because the Lord said that He did this for His sake, man. He didn't do it for our sakes.
Right.
Okay? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 10, it says, I have refined you, but not as silver is refined. Rather, I have refined you in the furnace of suffering.
Yeah. Like the brother was going into. Hey, you thought you was going to come into this thing and life was going to become peaches and cream?
Right.
Peaches and cream.
That's right.
You thought you was going to be in the music video and shit.
Background dancing and shit. You know?
Get your ditty on in the background.
It says, verse 11, I will rescue you for my sake. Yes, for my own sake. I will not let I will not let my reputation be tarnished, and I will not share my glory with idols.
Man, everything we do is in glory and honor of to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
That's right.
Even that deliverance is for Him and His power. He brought Egypt out through His power.
Right.
Brought Israel out of Egypt through His power. It's going to be the same in modern day Egypt. We're not saving ourselves. We're fucking worms here. We ain't even got a militia, let alone an army.
Right.
We ain't got no continuing city 444. Right. We need the Lord's mercy and His grace.
Bro, you got, you know, because there is groups out there that's militarizing themselves and whatnot. Right. But they're all ate up on rank and file, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If Esau was really to ride out on, they ass was scattered, man.
How many drones you got?
Yeah, they was scattered, man. Ain't nothing you can.
How many tanks?
Y'all all would be meeting in one spot, and Esau dropped. He only got to use one. Yep. That's all he got to do, man. If he give you the Iran treatment, your ass is through. Right. Your whole operation is through, and whoever's left over, that whole fight is out of them, man. Yeah. They ain't trying. They see what happened. They ain't trying to be down no more.
If he taking out every single Iranian leader. You know what I'm saying? They got the intel. Mossad got the intel on all them.
He taking them out. They wipe out. They mama out. They grandpa out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out the cookouts getting taken out. Yeah. He taking all it. He ain't just striking the one person. He taking that whole house is gone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the whole neighborhood done got smoked.
What you gonna do with your WhatsApp thinking it's encrypted end to end?
Right. They believing Esau that they ain't looking at your messages.
Yeah, you know that nigga got locked up in the UK. And the only way he got out was by giving them what they wanted. So all that shit you was talking, hey, Esau hears it now. Right. And we gonna meet up over here. Look, we got the guns buried over. Like, man, y'all motherfuckers is stupid. Yeah. Trust in Yahweh Shem Shai. He's got a spiritual army that's gonna fight for the elect, man.
Pepper spray and push-ups ain't enough, my guy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have faith in the Lord. That's realistically, the only ones that's about to make it through the things that's slotted for Babylon the Great is the elect, man. Right. Okay? Because this society is about to crumble. The Lord isn't coming back to sit down with the American government and hash things out, man. Okay? This place is gonna get taken out by violence, man. That's the only language they truly speak. Anyway. We see how negotiations go. Look at Iran, man. You know?
Yeah. Now you want to talk.
Right. Now that you losing, now that things ain't going your way, you trying to find how can we squash
ceasefire? Can we negotiate? No, last time we negotiated, you good now? You blew up everything we had. So right. That's no longer an option. You got that vacuum. What's it called? The thing you sent out with the seeds coming from the Strait of Hormuz and that article you sent out about the seeds and the fertilizer?
I'm talking about power vacuum?
Yeah, it's a
111 on that car right there. Were you still reading what you had? Can I read this real quick? Sure. While you looking for that? Yep. This is going along on that same point. This is Hebrews chapter 11. Let me start at verse 5. It says, "And ye have forgotten exhortation, which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastising of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him."
That's right, because, hey, you give your father respect when he whooped your ass and now you're grown. You're like, damn, I'm glad he did that because I was going to be a wild child. How much more the Heavenly Father in this spirit?
Right.
He rebuking you and keeping you in line and showing you the right way, but you're gonna be upset about that?
Right.
That's not right, man. You should be grateful that he's dealing with you.
Right. And really, you should be upset with Esau Edom because he's the one that told you that God was love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's the one that told you this was just a birthday party with cake and cookies and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
As if you got any anger, be mad at Esau. He's the one that lied to you, man. Don't be mad at us for telling you the truth. But that's what the scriptures say. Have I became thy enemy because I tell you the truth, man? Right? It says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourge every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastising, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons.
As with sons. So if you're going through it and the Lord's correcting you, be grateful.
Right. For what son is he whom the Father chastiseth not?
Right. What prophet in this book didn't have to go through something?
Right.
Didn't have his metal tested.
Right.
Didn't have to be shined up as that gold and that silver, man.
Bro, straight up righteous men. Their righteous acts are actually recorded for us to learn from. Yep. And they still have to go through things, man. Daniel had to go through things, man. The prophet Samuel had to go through things. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego had to go through things. All of them had to go. Habakkuk had to go through things,
Joseph.
man. Joseph had to go through things, man.
Moses.
You know, King David himself had to go through things.
Come on.
You know,
Yahushua went through the most.
Yahushua went through excruciating things, living a life with absolutely no sin in it, man. Being that spotless, blameless sacrifice. You know, so how much more we in this who've lived over a decade or two in absolute wickedness before realizing that we were in wickedness. How much do you think we're worthy to go through? Man? Okay. It says, but if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers,
all that are righteous go through this, like we just spoke about.
Then are ye bastards and not sons. Furthermore,
hey, if the Lord ain't, if everything's hunky dory, as they say, you going on through life, everything's good. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no issues. Yeah, you better start looking around, man. And you better dig in a little deeper because that's not real life for a prophet of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua.
Especially when you know that this world is about to be destroyed, man.
Right.
Your life should be turning to shit. Everybody's life should be turning to shit right now, man. Yeah. If your life is if things is finally starting to turn around, that new leaf is being turned, and you know things is going real good for you, the Lord might not care about your ass,
might be an Edomite.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Heathen. You know what I'm saying?
Some type of heathen.
Hey, because Esau, you know, to some degree, they're gonna be somewhat afloat.
Yeah, they're gonna be doing okay.
You know, this is their system.
This is theirs, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
And on the flip side of that, though, you do have the curses starting to be put upon these other nations. So you start to see them struggle and cry out and bitch and moan and complain, right? And hey, it's gonna get a little better for the elect. As things get harder for the rest of the world, hey, they gonna be thirsty, but we gonna be able to drink.
Right.
They gonna be hungry, but hey, we gonna be fulfilled, man.
Yep.
The Lord is going to be with his elect, but it doesn't mean that the road's gonna be easy.
Right.
It just means that he's going to protect you.
Or even that it's gonna be comfortable. Because a lot of what the elect is going to have, the advantage is the fact that the elect have the truth, and the truth has made us free.
Foresight as well.
And that's what I was going to allude to. We know what we're getting into, man. To where it's not going to catch us as a surprise. This day isn't going to come to us like a thief in the night. The destruction of Babylon, the downfall of the society, Esau losing his mind and shit, that's not coming to us as a thief in the night because we've been warned about this already. We already know that it's coming down the pipe, man. And we believe that it's coming. So when it actually shows up, you know, hey, you believe the bus is going to be there. So when it shows up, you can't be all surprised. What? Oh, it actually came. Right. Like, no, man, you was expecting it. We have an actual an expected end, man. You know, one of my favorite scriptures, Jeremiah the 29th chapter. You know, we have an expected end that the Lord has promised unto us, man. So you know, one of the advantages that the elect's gonna have as we go through this trouble is the fact that we know the trouble is coming. It's not going. Our mind's not going to get torn up about it. It's like. Our mind's not going to get torn up about it, like how the people of the world's minds is going to be. These people are about to lose their shit, man, because they're losing their shit, right?
Losing all their shit.
We're going to gladly give away our shit, so that way we can gain Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. Okay?
Can I read this real quick?
Yeah.
This is one, and I'm just going to read the top of it. This is one of the sorrows that the brothers talk about being famine. That's one thing that is prescribed in the last days for Babylon the Great. All right, this is from Shanaka Anselm Pereira. On X, breaking, the nitrogen trap just closed. That's what I was thinking of. 3 locks snap shut simultaneously. The planting window is closing behind them. The food the world eats next year is now being decided by molecules that cannot reach the soil in time.
Wow.
So with the Strait of Hormuz being shut, the seeds over there that they need and the nitrogen as well as the other chemical that they need for fertilizer to be planted a couple weeks ago, that window is closing, and there's nothing you can do about that because it's not something you can make grow. If it doesn't get planted on time, it's not going to grow, and that's basically what feeds the whole western side of the atmosphere. And we can't get the seeds or the things we need to grow it.
Hey, but to let you know how stupid this whole system is it really is why the fuck as vast as America is, all right, as much farmland, rural areas, and what have you that we have in this country, why is this great country, so-called great country, you know, right. I'm talking as far as it being vast, all right, it's great in being, you know, from east to west, north to south, it's a vast country.
Made great again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
you got to depend on seeds and fertilizer and shit from somewhere else.
Right.
From a place, from some place overseas that 90% of their country is a goddamn desert.
Right.
Yeah. But you're depending on material from them to fertilize and seeds and whatnot. It's crazy, man. But it's all via Esau fucking up this country.
I was about to say, when you fuck up your own land, you got to borrow.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like Israel.
Remember all that topsoil that they gave to China?
Yep. That they
5 years ago.
Yep.
All right. Well, you know, you in debt to the so-called Chinese. Here it is. This is confusion. The Chinese rely on American business. All right, niggas going online, buying shit from China via Amazon or whatever website. Right. Majority of it is coming from China. All right, China's dependent upon that source of income. All right. On top of that, they're using the American dollar. They buy the treasury bonds of America. They pretty much buy American debt. All right, Elder Ariel is a good source of to understand that. You know, that's his expertise, one of his expertise. So they take on U.S. debt, so on and so forth. All right, but America is so fucked up, so jacked up, in so much debt that they had to gather up the best topsoil that's from the Midwest, farmland here in America, and send that to China,
right?
Because of the debt that America's in. And now a couple years later, look what situation America's in, man.
Right.
And then,
crazy.
It's funny.
But as Apostle Ramlock did the video last week, and Elder Apostle Tahar did the response to it, going into this is a pretty much a engineered famine. You know, I can't remember the exact title, but this famine is all orchestrated. It's engineered, man.
Yeah.
Put that squeeze on people so they take that RFID microchip, man. That MOT business. Let's see Israel. Put that, as the brothers say, anaconda squeeze.
Anaconda squeeze
on your bitch ass.
Yeah,
hey, and
you gotta throw that bitch ass in
there. Right. It don't hit right without it. You know?
and DJT done fucked up that trade with China too, because China gets all their soy from here.
Man, yep.
You know, like you were saying, like what the fuck? Your biggest thing you eat, you get from us. The shit we need, like man, this place is crazy. This world is
all ass backwards, man.
Then they had to go to this was last year when the war popped off, or actually when Trump was throwing them tariffs. You got the a lot of ships that come from China, from the west coast of Africa. A lot of those are Europe. A lot of those cargo containers via those vessels, when they come to the East Coast, all right, a lot of them enter into I forget the waterway, but it's a waterway in the northeast.
And then it goes to the Great Lakes.
Yeah, that goes to the Great Lakes. So it goes up through like Maine, if I'm not mistaken. All right, and it goes, and it pretty much it borders the waterway. North you got Canada, and then south you got America. And it's narrow, it's not that wide, but you can actually go from the East Coast on into the Great Lakes to the Midwest, and that's where they offload a lot of their material to the Midwest, and then they pick up certain material from the Midwest, in particular those soybeans, and that those a lot of those farmers that were farming those soybeans in Iowa, I believe it was, they rely heavily on that waterway to make money, because they got these soybeans. if those ships didn't come right there and pick those soybeans up, then they would have to get that shit shipped all the way to the East Coast or whatever, just to get it sent off.
Via train or
truck.
I call it tractor.
Yeah.
You know,
Which most likely train, because train will be a better bet for that.
yeah, it's the St. Lawrence Seaway and the St. Lawrence River connect the Great Lakes to the Atlantic Ocean, forming a vital shipping route known as the Great Lakes St. Lawrence Seaway system. It uses a series of locks and channels, including the Well End Canal to lift lower vessels roughly 600 feet, allowing ocean-going ships to enter the lakes. And just to show you a picture. All right, so if you can see that, it goes from the East Coast up here through that channel to the Great Lakes. So in the Midwest, it touches the Midwest, and that's where a lot of those soybean farmers, you know, that's how they make their money. All right, and Donald Trump fucked all that up. So the point being,
Twice.
yeah, those now that those you know, Eastern countries in Africa and in China and so on and so forth, they took business to Brazil to get the soybeans.
Damn.
You know. So Donald Trump fucked this whole country up, man.
He's fucking shit up, and it's a lovely thing.
It's ongoing too.
It's lovely. Keep going, Trump. You know what I'm saying? Best president ever.
You doing
man.
a good job?
Yeah. We support you. All right.
You doing good?
Stay at the bullshit.
Yeah, we approve you being a fucking crash out, man. You know?
All the way into the end, please.
All the way into the end. Was you reading something?
I had some, but I wasn't reading.
You wasn't reading?
I can
Let me fire this one off real quick. This is something that got called for just a little bit ago. This is Acts chapter 14, verse 22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
That's right. So, hey, if you thought things was bad now, strap up your boots because it's gonna get worse.
Yeah, if you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. If you thought you was lonely now, wait till the sun go down. Right. Because, hey, you know, when that famine does hit, right, when people are invading each other for the lack of bread,
Right.
when best friends are fighting like bitter enemies,
Right.
you're going to need Yahweh shine that day because it's going to be utter chaos out there. And through much tribulation, hey, shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven, Lord, when we're a part of that number? It ain't going to be a cakewalk, man. Though we're going to have the Lord to comfort us, we're going to need that comfort.
Hey, and speaking of famine, that's why it's good to, you know, practice fasting.
Yep.
Whether it's intermittent or, you know, the best is just a cold turkey, a dry fast, you know, keep it for a period of 24 hours, being that we're coming into a time when food is going to be scarce.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord, he said he going to provide, but it's not guaranteed you're going to be eating every fucking day.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I was thinking about that the other day. Yahweh Shah fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, man.
Yeah.
That's a long period of time not to go without food, but hey, the Lord could give you the strength that he gave you, Yahweh Shah, to endure that, man.
Right.
To where you're going to be all right. You got to have the faith of that.
Right.
But we ain't got no food. There's nothing to eat. We don't know what herbs or plants or what's good to pick up and actually eat without dying, or this one looks very similar to this one, so you don't know, like, hey, you're going to have to endure some hard things out here. But as long as you have faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, that's what's going to carry you through.
That's right.
And just imagine, the Lord, Yahweh Shai fasted 40 days, 40 nights. You know he was actually doing things.
Right.
Getting up, walking here, going there. Man, you try to do a 3-day cold turkey fast and go to work, you feel like you're going to drop dead.
Yeah.
You try to go on a raw vegan diet,
Yeah.
Right.
thinking you're going to go to work.
One
Yeah.
Put yourself in a bad case. Hey,
You feel like you're gonna die. Just 3 days of no water, no food. No water, no food. 3 days, getting up, taking your ass to work. Yeah. You moving sluggish. You moving in slow motion.
Right.
People looking at you crazy and shit.
What's wrong with you? Your face on?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You moving like a sloth. Right. People like, man, what's wrong with this guy? But you looking at their spirit, you can see deeper into their spirit. You're like, this is a demon. That's a demon. That's a demon.
On the old lady, though, the old lady way though. You're a demon. You know what I'm saying?
You're a demon.
Just very nonchalant about it, you know.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so hey, the strength and the spirit that was within Yahweh Shai was on a whole nother level, being that he was able to accomplish that. You know?
Yep. Hey, you got to think about it too, because the Lord said that, you know, land backing on what T. Wizzle was talking about. The Lord said he was going to feed us, but he didn't say he was going to feed us 3 square meals every day.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? He said my servants will eat. Other people maybe have to go 4 days. You know what I'm saying? We may have to go 2. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean that the Lord's going to, whatever you're used to eating right now, hey, just know that that's going to decrease, man.
Hey, but with the fast though, with being accustomed to fasting, that will make it easy.
And that's the thing about the elect. Their mindset is going to be willing to overcome, not allow it to stop them. You know, a lot of people hit blocks, and that's, I can't get around this. This is it. You know, and they tap out and they quit. Versus having that spirit, right? Just give me the pork. All right, fine. I'll eat the sandwich, man. You know, the Lord will forgive me if I eat this fucking pig feet. You know, when 15 years of your life not touching, you know what I'm saying, being strict about it, and now you're gonna fold up, you know? Hey, but the mindset of the elect, they're gonna have that mindset of overcoming whatever is thrown at them, man. Knowing that the Lord is never putting them in a situation that they can't fucking handle, man.
Hey, the mindset of the elect. The elect would much rather die. You know, if it came down to it, I'd rather starve to death versus eat a damn. You gonna catch me looking like a fucking little Ethiopian child,
right?
Giving up the ghost versus eating some damn chitlins.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah. You're reading about the JOOs and the slave trade this week. Hey, some Jakes just said, "Fuck it, man." Went overboard. They'd rather drown than have to go through what everybody was going through. Just from the land, motherfuckers was dying from getting to land to the ship, which wasn't very far. The little boat to the big ship. They was going through hell just from the land to there. People was just jumping off them boats like, oh, hell no. Not this. You got me fucked up. So, hey, sometimes you just got to be like, hey, I'd rather die than fucking go through this. I'd rather die on my feet than live a life on my fucking knees. You're gonna be faced with some tough decisions, but hey, that's what we're doing right now, is getting right with Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, keeping our relationship tight so we can make it through, man. Enduring the things we gotta go through now and not being a bitch about it, so then that day we know how to act, man.
That's right. And that day we'll still be able to rejoice and sing praise unto Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai versus being on some woe is me or trying to curse our creator.
Right.
You know? That's what a lot of people do too with Christians. They fall into hardships, man, and now, you know what I'm saying? Now they want to crash out and act, you know what I'm saying? God doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? And try to turn their back and whatnot versus, you know what I'm saying, realizing that, hey, this is a test, this is a trial, this is to strengthen me, you know? Hey, working out, some weirdos is out there, they love working out. I'm not one of those guys, you know what I'm saying? I don't like working out. I know the benefit of it. I don't like it, you know what I'm saying? Just being forced to do it in the military, of course, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily like it. I do what I do, but, you know, some people really like it. Other people don't like it. Well, the thing about it is it burns, it hurts. Yep. You know what I'm saying? It's uncomfortable. But the benefits is good for your body.
Mentally,
you know what I'm saying? The benefits is good for you, you know? So that's kind of like the truth too. Hey, so you're going to go through some stuff that's going to be uncomfortable. You ain't going to like it, but just stick with it, man. Be disciplined with it so that way you can, you know what I'm saying, reap in with the benefits.
Yeah, that's the thing about it is like you get to a point where you hit a wall You got to go through that wall because you have a goal that you set for yourself in that gym or whatever that workout is.
Right.
And now you're struggling to get it. You got to fight mentally through that.
Right.
Which is building you up for that day.
Hey, if the Lord said this is the path, you got to just keep going down this road. This road, don't come off of this road. And then you go down the road and you happen to see that there's a wall right there. Oh, damn. Must be a dead end. No, man. That means that somebody put this wall here. I got to get around this wall because I still got to continue that way on this road, man. You know?
You might not be able to climb it at first. But I guarantee you spend however many days trying to climb that wall, you're going to get stronger and stronger and stronger every day till you get over that.
You're gonna figure out some type of way to get over it, under it, around it, something. I'm going to build you know what I'm saying? I can climb that tree.
Juggernaut, bitch.
Right. Something's gonna happen where you're gonna be able to get around that fucking wall, man.
Yeah. Before this brother read this, when you watch not the book of Eli, but the movie The Road, you know, when they was out there for a minute, man, without no food.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they came across an underground bunker.
Yeah.
With all kind of goodies in it, man.
Yep.
And they ate up. They stored up on carbs and food and whatever they could because who knows the next time they're gonna eat.
Right. Hey, and it wasn't like he wasn't in that mindset that okay, we're just gonna stay here.
Oh no.
Oh, now that we found this, we just gonna stay here. It was like, nah, we still gotta go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is a nice little rest, but we still gotta go.
Yeah, they had somewhere they had to be.
Right.
And also in the TV show The Walking Dead, you got a time period where they didn't have nothing to eat. You know what I'm saying? And they came across what's his name? The little dude.
Herschel.
Not a little dude. The young one.
The little boy?
Yeah.
Carl.
Carl's ass gets sent on a mission, and he ain't eating the hella, and he come across his pantry and found a big ass thing of pudding, with you know what I'm saying, out of a can.
Yeah.
He popped that motherfucker open and ate the whole motherfucking thing. You know, but the Lord, hey, he gonna be with the elect. Little jewels like that, hey, that's what he plans on giving his elect. We just gotta do our part in hopes that we be a part of that number, man.
Leave the World Behind had a good scene at the end where the little girl found the, you know what I'm saying, all the movies and the candies and snacks and shit. She wasn't worried about going to get in her family
at all.
She wants to see the ending of Friends.
Right.
The season finale.
They had Friends on the whole season for her. Yeah, man. That bitch was in heaven. That bitch was in heaven, man.
So, like, women is stupid, man. Because you are in a life or death situation, right? And you come across a fucking bunker that can potentially save you and your family, and you are. The demon on you is so strong that it convinces you that what's most important is for you to sit down and watch a show that deal with a bunch of Amalekites.
Right.
The season finale, it's the season finale. You fucking fixated on watching that shit. Bugged out. Women in they fucking shows, man.
Right.
They love fucking being entertained by lies on television.
Right.
You know, that shit. Television shows, I ain't really into all that shit, man. It's a waste of time. So like, I digress. My bad. I got to preach something.
To each say, let me finish this. Hey, this is a.
Forgive my rant. My righteous rant.
Hey, some things get, you know what I'm saying? Some things get you going, man.
Yeah,
some things get you
let
going.
it out. You can't just keep that shit bottled up. Whatever it is, too.
If you do, you gonna
hey, don't try to get this brother to sit down watching no TV shows, man.
Right.
He ain't gonna do it, all right? Just
I'm like, it depends. It gotta be real. It gotta be real.
It gotta be Game of Thrones good.
Yeah, there we go.
The good Game of Thrones, though, not the ending of Game of Thrones. When it was in its full swing.
Oh yeah,
that brother was on it.
Not when it got rushed to the end.
Right, not the
and
rush.
The writers started bullshit.
Yeah, it was bullshit. Hey, that was during the writer's strike too, right?
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
Yep. This is the book of Job, chapter 27. I'm gonna start reading at verse 13. It says, "This is the portion of a wicked man with the Most High, the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty."
The heritage of oppressors. Esau's heritage. Esau's the oppressor. All right. The fact that you had the United Nations vote on
reparations.
Reparations, or labeling slavery as the most heinous crime committed in the history of the world.
Of humanity.
They voted on that, and the fact that the people who funded the slave trade, so-called Israelis, America, the destination of the slaves, the Americas, should I say, and then Argentina. So you got a northern...
Which Argentina is mostly the small hats.
That is the largest population of
small hats outside of Israel. Yep. Because I believe after World War II, you had a lot of those small hats going to Argentinians, right? Making that de facto second headquarters, so to say, outside of Israel. So if anything were to go wrong in Israel and we needed to get the fuck out of Dodge, we're gonna come here to Argentina.
Right.
You know?
And to show you that most of that was a psyops, who else ended up in Argentina and South America? The Nazis.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that shit was all bullshit, man.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It's like the Germans.
Yep.
Which a lot of them is small hats.
Yep. The small hats came from fucking Germany, man. A good portion, that whole region right there.
They got booted out of there.
Yeah.
They get booted out of everywhere.
I was just, there was a call on, there was a, I forget which president, one of them African presidents, man. He was talking about kicking their ass.
Yeah, it was
Ghana, right?
When you sent out?
Yeah. Who's that? Idi Amin?
Oh, it might have been actually. I just heard him talking. I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, it might have been Idi Amin.
I had set it to the side because I was like, that would be good for a lesson. I didn't end up doing it, but you know what I'm saying?
Kenya did the same thing.
Yeah.
Them small hats was trying to take over their land and bombing certain places and moving in, and they was finally like, nah, I mean, you taking over. We know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And kick their ass out too.
Yeah. Because you can't trust their ass.
Nah, man.
It says, if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword.
Yeah, the oppressors. If he's, which is his offspring is not growing like that right now because of the epidemic of the opioid epidemic, right? Wiped off a whole generation of his people. They're not having children like that besides the freaking small hats.
Man.
Small hats is having like 7 to 10 children. So if they be multiplied, hey, it's for destruction. For them ICBM missiles to burn their ass up here in the coming days, man.
I was just thinking, like, man, you know, there'd be people that be popping up that we'd be seeing throughout the week or whatnot, and all of them look like they that they at some point in their life was severely strung out on drugs, man. You know, but then you mentioned the opioids, I was like, yo, that's a real thing. These people, they're not that old. They're not that old. They're, you know, in our age bracket somewhere. You know what I'm saying, give or take, but they just got hit hard with the, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you got I believe it was Mark Zuckerberg and Meta that had just got sued by that one lady who blames, well, there's one girl who blamed her depression on social media use, consumption, and then you had another, then you had a mother who was, I think, suing one of them companies for Meta and Google for her daughter's overdose on fentanyl.
Wow.
Being that her daughter linked up with somebody on Facebook to buy Fetty Wap and ended up overdosing.
Damn.
And now they suing Facebook and Meta because if it wasn't for that platform, her daughter wouldn't have access to get those drugs. But it's like, okay,
She would have found it some other way.
yeah, but the thing is, if that's the case, if we're gonna play by those rules,
What was you doing?
I want to sue fucking Esau Edom
Right.
somewhere, one of them Edomites. I don't know who yet. You got to ponder upon that a little bit more. But for the fact that my mom, all right, my aunts, all right, uncles was crackheads,
Right.
alcoholics and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, who I gotta sue to get some money for the fact that my mother and fucking aunties and uncles was crackheads.
Right.
The CIA was the ones bringing that shit in, setting up all those what they call T groups now. What do they call them down there in Mexico and all that? Cartels. Setting up, Diego Guerrera. What was the other big one? The big coke dealer from back in the day, from South America. Escobar, Pablo Escobar. That was all CIA agents. You know, and motherfucking Freeway Ricky Ross tells you, hey, he got fucked over by the CIA because they had him selling, and then they turned on him and locked his ass up.
Yeah. That's
who you need to sue.
Hey, that's what they do. Because even with Iran at a certain point was an ally of America. Yep. You got a brother had sent a video in the chat of a Jake that went to Iran. It was from like 4 months ago, and he was in Iran, in Tehran, traveling around, getting love from the people. You know what I'm saying? They was all happy to see him and shit. He was eating dinner with them. He had a female Iranian that was showing him around, and he even went to the old embassy of the U.S. embassy that's in Iran. Yep. It's not operational anymore. When that coup happened in the 70s, it got shut down and whatnot. But they still got all the memorabilia. They got photos and all kind of stuff inside of there that you can see. But they pretty much turned it into like a museum of shame, showing the shameful tactics and shit of America. Wow. You know what I'm saying? There was something you were saying. There was a point that I wanted to allude to go along with that.
Because he was talking about how they screwed him over.
Oh yeah. So America's gonna do that. All right. America's always and it was the CIA. The CIA was behind that coup that took place in Iran. So they'll befriend you, and even a brother sent another video of they're protesting in the Philippines right now because of the Philippines is due to run out of fucking gas and oil and all that here very soon as a result of the Strait of Hormuz being shut down, and that's affecting the world government. Certain governments got a reserve that's longer, that's more. It'll last a little bit longer, and certain governments got a reserve to where it's like, man, if something don't shake, we about to be out of fucking energy. Yeah. You know, so you got people all over in the Philippines protesting that shit, and this chick was saying that of course you had this skinny ass British Edomite woman that can pass for a fucking man. Yeah. They always got a skinny thing. You don't know if it's a man or a woman. But they got a feminine voice, and it's all interviewing. It's walking along the people in the middle of the street. The whole street is filled up with people walking, chanting whatever they chanting, protesting against America's actions, right? In particular with the war in Iran. Yep. And she's in the middle, conducting the interview while she's walking with the people. And then she interviews this one Filipino chick, and the Filipino chick is saying that, you know, this is a result of what America is doing to Iran. And so the interviewer later is asking her, well, isn't the U.S. one of your allies? And she was like, and the chick hit her with the reality, like, okay, it's a so-called ally, but she was like pretty much saying that's to hell with that. Right? Like, we done with America.
Man, that's nice.
What have you done for me lately? Yep.
You seen that AI video that Iran put out where you know, the Gadites was looking up, the Japanese was looking up, you know what I'm saying, the Palestinians was looking up, everybody was looking up, and you know, the missile came and struck down the Statue of Liberty, which was the statue of Baal, man. You know what I'm saying? And it sunk into the sea. Hey, man.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Go, man.
Let's do it, you know?
Yeah. Hey, and
time of war, man.
Yeah. And them tiny toppers, hey, they're one of the reasons they voted against that resolution from the UN was because they're the direct reason why Jake is in slavery. Slavery was illegal.
They funded that shit.
Well, even worse than that, slavery was illegal. They had the tiny toppers who didn't have rights here, so they was trading with fucking Gad over, and that's when they set up 3 distilleries in Newport, Rhode Island, and started selling them firewater. But at first it was just glass beads and stupid shit for pelts, right? Because it was illegal for them to be able to be in the regular economy. Why? Because what they did in all them other countries, they just got kicked out of. So they started dealing with Gad, got built up. Then they started going to the African coast and selling that rum and that whiskey to the African chiefs that ended up putting us in slavery. But they started selling that to them, built themselves up, got to a point where they wrote a letter to Small Hat himself, George Washington, and said that we feel an alliance with you. We want to be part of the, So they got free, but they weren't worried about anybody else's civil rights. They was worried about their own. So they got freed, and then what they did is they put a petition together to put Jake in slavery and made it legal. After that point, it became legal, and then that's when they started funding and getting built up. But that was the direct result of them getting their freedom. Once they got their freedom, they started voting to put Jake in slavery. At the direct hand of the rats, man.
Hey, them rats about to fucking pay, bro. Those are the most evil people on the whole face of the planet, and the Lord's about to pull their plug, man.
That's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan.
Yo, they're the worst of the worst, bro. Like Esau's bad, but the lower level Edomites is tolerable to a certain extent. Like I wouldn't trust them around my dog. They can't come over my house. Right. They can't come over my house and whatnot. But you can work around their ass, man. But the small hats, nah, ain't nothing you can do with that. Ain't nothing you can do with that other than burn it. This is back in Job chapter 27, verse 14. It says, "If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread."
Esau has an insatiable appetite. Not to be long, I don't want to be long-winded, but he got an insatiable appetite to where he wiped out most of the beavers, most of the gophers,
right,
most of the things, so that he could get their fur, man.
Right.
Because it was profit.
Black bears, right? Bobcats, mountain lions. You know what I'm saying? Wolves.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Raccoons.
Yes. We know what he did to the buffalo. You know what I'm saying? Just a damn demon.
The Native Americans, man.
Right. Hey, you gotta think about New York, right? Think about New York City. That was all a forest at one point, man. That was all trees and wilderness at one point, versus concrete and concrete. You know what I'm talking about?
Jake neighborhood.
Yeah, Central Park was a Jake neighborhood, man.
Killed the Jakes and then made it a fucking park, man.
Right.
With the bones and the bodies probably still in there.
Yeah.
Right.
I was thinking this yesterday. All these lakes,
Drown Town.
Yeah, because I was thinking about Lake. They call it Lake Erie.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Lake Erie.
So-called scary movies and shit.
Right,
Lake Erie is
right.
Erie Lake.
Right.
And I was like, the reason why it's fucking all these lakes be so-called haunted and all, it's because you fucking, that's a whole neighborhood with niggas.
Massacre.
Or natives that you killed. You massacred them, you murdered them, and then you just filled them with water, man. So now you got these white people going on vacation or just building on the shores of the lake, a whole neighborhood and community. But you got spirits, all right, roaming around at the bottom of that lake.
Blood's coming onto the lake.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And it's
being that, the spirits of the people who actually died, they went back to the spirit world, right? But there's spirits, evil spirits that roam around on the planet Earth. You know what I'm saying?
And love places like that where hella death and wickedness happen.
Yep.
They thrive off of that energy, that left-hand energy.
I got precepts. You still reading?
There's still some more on this. Can I, real quick, this is a list of notable drown towns by AI. Okay, Oscarville, which is in Georgia. All right, Lake Lanier. St. Thomas, Nevada, which became Lake Mead. That's in 1938. Lake Lanier was 1956. Okay, Proctor.
That's not that long ago, man.
No. This is all within, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it. Jake ain't been free for that long, right? Jake been free for 1865, bro. Under 200 years, man.
And after that was Jim Crow, that wasn't no freedom.
Yeah.
Right.
And after that was civil rights, that wasn't no freedom.
See, Jake be walking around here all trusty and buddy with Esau as if it's been a long ass time that. No, it ain't been that long, man.
Hey, then after that is AI, and this show ain't no freedom.
And that's the beauty of, man, I'm grateful for my pop sitting me down and making me read about, all the so-called Jakes that got, Jakes that got killed by Esau, or that had something to do with the death you know, Malcolm X,
Right.
Martin Luther King, all these fucking coons that got killed by Esau. And then we had, as we was growing up, the riots, man. And Rodney King and motherfuckers getting killed in the street, murdering Jake at the same time. Y'all niggas missed that or something?
Right. St. Thomas, Nevada, which is Lake Mead, that's 1938. Proctor, North Carolina. Fontana Lake in 1944. Sainish in Van Hook in North Dakota. Lake Sakawea. Sakakawea, that's 1953. You know what I'm saying? Renoa in Kentucky.
Does it show the one from Oregon? There's a drown town in fucking
Yep,
Oregon.
Oregon is called Vanport.
Yep.
Okay, Delta State Park or Delta Park site. Okay, 1948.
That's crazy. That's right by the Martin Luther King Avenue right there. That's where all the Jakes be. That's fucked up.
The 50s, 60s, 30s, 50s, 60s. The latest one was like 68. That was the most recent one. So it's like, it ain't been that long. Man.
Right.
You know, and there's a list of plenty more, but just drown towns, man.
Now they don't drown them. They just start walking their dogs and gentrifying them.
Right.
Putting businesses in there, redoing the houses so Jake can't afford it.
Yep.
Ain't nothing changed, man. This devil ain't changed. He just found new tactics.
Right.
Like you said, you still trusting him?
No new thing under the sun.
Beautiful.
You know? It says, this is back in Job chapter 27, verse 15. It says, those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widow shall not weep.
Hey, can you read that part again about the satisfied with bread?
Yep. This is Job chapter 27, verse 14. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword.
Right. So these, there's clouds appearing out of nowhere.
Yeah, that cloud ain't real. Look at that. Look at that cloud right there.
Right.
And then look at that one.
He trying.
This is the
Look at that one, and then look at that one. Ain't no
clear
way.
ass sky, and then now you got these fake ass, hazy ass clouds trying to appear out of nowhere.
Right.
With spraying all on you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what the fuck. This is a low definition fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Low resolution.
Low resolution. What?
Pixelated ass cloud.
That's 320,
No,
and that over there is
That's a
1048.
That's a 0.5. Yeah.
That's a 0.5, and that's reality.
Yeah, that's real. That's real life.
It said if his children be multiplied, it's for the sword. It's for the sword, and also his children shall not be satisfied with bread. So that's letting you know, all these Edomites that's being born, you still got Edomites having babies like the world ain't about to end. You know what I'm saying? So on top of that, all these Edomites that you see being born is being born to ultimately be put to death. All right, if here in America by way of thermonuclear destruction, if they last that long, as well as they are starving. All right, Esau's children ain't gonna be satisfied with bread, man. All right, hey, this engineering famine that's coming is gonna affect these Edomites as well as it affects so-called these so-called niggas.
Yep. Then shall the fields, the sown fields be unsown, and the storehouses that were full are gonna be empty.
Yep.
I did that on that same article that you sent out. That's the scripture, one of the scriptures I brought out.
Yep.
And that's coming to a city near you.
It says, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Okay. It says, those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widow shall not weep. Though he heap up silver as the dust,
Here's the point.
and prepare raiment as the clay.
Right, he got underground bunkers. He got all the bullets and water and a heated, air cooled, like they showed you in that Leave the World Behind.
Right.
You know, you got all these contractors doing shit that's not on the books.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what they doing. They setting up for this famine that's coming, but that's not gonna save you.
You got a lot of people that's out there that's prepping. You know, within the last decade or so, prepping has become a much bigger market than what it was. You know, right? You got preppers all over the place, man. You know, stocking up all this, got their whole garage filled with shit. If they got a basement, their basement's filled with shit. Got a whole bedroom in their house that's filled with shit.
They buying them fruit pebbles.
Right, yeah. Freeze-dried fruit or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Shit that's in the packages.
Trying to give it.
They buying offshoot MREs and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which are meals ready to eat. You know, they doing all of that stuff, but they're not counting on the fact that they may not be able to access that when shit hits the fan. You know, because a lot of them, they get into that prepper lifestyle and they want to be somewhere kind of off grid a little bit, you know, a little bit away from the city, but they got to go to work in the city. You know what I'm saying? When shit hits the fan, if your ass is trapped in the city, how you gonna get to that safe haven you got out in the country somewhere?
Yeah. And you don't desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Right.
You gonna hop in your Tesla and your Tesla gonna crash into some more Teslas.
Right.
Like on Leader Well Beyond.
Yeah, making a roadblock, so you can't go no.
Your Tesla ain't even there. You think you gonna hop in your Tesla? It's gonna be gone. It done drove off on its own.
Bam! It just crashed and you didn't even know it.
You think you gonna take a quick little nap?
Right.
You gonna wake up in the spirit world.
Yeah. Shawty, what happened?
Shawty, what happened? Shawty, what happened?
Yeah.
It says, though he heap up silver as the dust and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on.
Yeah, he over here trading all of his cash RFNs for fucking gold and silver. Scripture say you're gonna throw your gold and silver in the motherfucking street.
Right.
It's gonna be worthless.
Right.
You think you're gonna trade with some fucking Edomites with some silver? What the? No, man. You're gonna have to rely on your how about Shimei Awashai?
Hey, you still got I guarantee there's still some Jerry's out there, some old heads that got cash money buried in their backyard.
Definitely.
Or stuffed in their walls.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they used to do. You know, and they never went and converted it over to gold or anything like that. Which even if you got it as gold, you're not gonna be able to convert it into a something. If you got a bar of gold, that's all you got, bro.
Right.
It's that bar. You want that box of cereal, but all you have is this bar of gold. You're going to have to give over this whole bar to get that box of cereal.
And money's going to be digital. And ain't nobody going to want no fucking gold in that day. They going to want food.
Right.
They going to want water. Something sustainable.
Yeah, what you going to do?
What you going to do? Eat your gold and silver?
He got a whole box of Captain Crunch. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Damn. Back again. Back at him again. Round 2 on that ass.
That's all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. The damn devils.
Riding around the hearse.
It says, and the innocent shall divide the silver.
Right, so while you doing that, that ain't for you. That's for the elect's sake, man.
Right.
Just like on the road, we was just talking about it.
Yeah.
They came across that. Somebody stored it up.
Somebody stored that up. Somebody
was
put
ready.
years into to fixing that up.
Yep.
You know?
And hey, they didn't even get to enjoy it.
They ain't get to come back to it.
That's
they
right.
ain't get to touch it.
Hey, all we got is Yahweh Shimon Shai.
That's right.
We can't prep for this. There's nothing we can do besides spiritually and faithfully get ready for this.
Right.
Because everything else it could go this way or that way. Like there's nothing that's sure here in Babylon.
Right.
Only thing that's sure is that faith in Yahweh.
Hey, as the scriptures say, we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Right? And this great city, Babylon the Great, is not a continuous city. Meaning, this ain't the kingdom of heaven. It's not going to be here 400 years in the future.
Right.
Right. It's going to be here in the capacity of a desert, the world's largest desert. But as far as men traversing this terrain, no. All right. So therefore, with that being the case, you be a fool to invest your mind, soul, body, spirit into this captivity, man.
And I'm not saying if you got a little bit of money that it's dumb to have a little gold and silver, you know what I'm saying? But it's not gonna save you.
You had mentioned that, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to just rely on the Lord, because you can't, whatever you prepare for, whatever you plan for, it ain't gonna turn out that way.
Right.
This is Amos chapter 5, verse 18. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into a house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him.
Yeah, so you get away from one peril and there's one right around the corner.
Right.
It's gonna be the day of destruction.
It's going to be a day of final destination.
Right.
Yes,
A month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Final destination from Once it starts until your ass die, that you living in a fucking reoccurring nightmare of Final Destination.
Yep. Crazy thing, wheels coming out of nowhere trying to take you out. Y'all see those videos where wheels just be flying off or something? And
hey, you sitting down eating dinner, and next thing you know, you a skid mark.
Right. Or even those commercials where hi, I'm Mayhem. You know what I'm saying? That nigga just fucking shit up. That's the whole. People just gonna be going through shit where, you know what I'm saying, just random shit happening to you. Planes falling out the sky on your head or something, man. You know? So hey, whatever you think you're preparing for, you ain't preparing for the Lord if you're preparing for this earth. You trying to man. Nah, you gotta be preparing your mind, you gotta be preparing your spirit for the coming of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I be watching these survival documentaries and shows. That don't usually go very well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a few people who are exercised in it that have been doing it for 5 or 6, 7, 8 generations that can do their thing out there.
Right.
But for the most part, you ain't got it, dog.
Yeah. Society has caused you to be royally fucked.
Yep.
Okay?
Got two quick precepts. Well, this first one's quick. Ecclesiastes 25:7. This is from earlier. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy. And the 10th will I utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies.
Right.
You know? So, being that we're in the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of the world, and Esau is the end of Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. We're in the end of Esau's world, so it's a joy for us to be alive and actually be seeing the downfall of our enemy.
Right.
We endure unto the end, and can see the ultimate destruction of this place via salvation and looking through the chariot, you know, transparent glass mingled with fire, and looking at America on fire.
Right.
That's the greatest joy.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, that's the crowning, you know, the
cherry on top.
Yeah, where you get the you know, you won the Olympics and they put that ribbon around your neck, but it's gonna be righteous.
Look at that white fist. You do the white fist out the left fist, the white fist.
No
It was
kings.
hey bro,
No,
it was lean back like this. That Washingtonian shit, man. That Washingtonian shit.
In the words of Uriah,
Yeah,
go ahead. I got
damn, I was about to say something. I forget what you
living in death, see the downfall of enemies.
Nope, that's song. I missed it. It'll come back. It'll come back.
Continue.
Okay, I remember.
On the Lord, it'll come back.
Hey, there be sometimes where I'm sitting there, I'm on my phone, and I'm just going over, you know, the things that we're talking about in the chat, and just, you know, the different shit that we be sending back and forth and whatnot. And I'm sitting there and I be realizing, like, damn, I got this goofy ass smile on my face, like I'm sitting here texting a bitch or something, just watching that downfall, just seeing America fail and flop. Right. You know what I'm saying? And just reading about Esau getting exposed, man. And I'll be sitting there just cheesing and smiling and shit, just watching the video or scrolling through whatever the article or whatnot. And I'll be catching myself like, damn, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's a spirit like a mug, because that happened to me this week. I was at the gym and I was like, I seen a bitch doing that and I was like, oh, she probably texting some dude, right? She about to get some or something. You know, something making her happy. And then I'm on the treadmill walking and I'm doing the same thing, but it's from something one of y'all brothers sent. And I'm like, oh shit! Like they probably think I'm hollering at a bitch. Nah, man. I'm grateful this motherfucker's old, man.
Yeah, that's something that really does. It makes our soul smile, man.
Yes, it does.
Seeing the downfall of our enemy, man. This has been a long time coming, you know.
All right, 2 Ezra 6, and this is what you mentioned earlier. So I'm gonna start at verse 18. 2 Ezra 6 and 18. It says, and it said, actually 17, and it happened that when he had that when I had heard it, I stood upon my feet and hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth.
Yeah, Mashapatya, right? You're starting to see chariots because, hey, they make a report and the Lord's bringing back that judgment. That visitation is a day of judgment. And so Yahweh Shai telling you, hey, the day draweth nigh, here I come. And I'm not coming to hand out lilacs and daisies.
Right.
And I will begin to make inquisition of them what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled.
Right? We get up under this devil, man. Because we are yet this day in our captivity.
That's right.
Esau got his foot on our motherfucking neck right now, man.
And he's hurt unjustly, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You look at even when we was in captivity under the Iranians, the Persians. You know, of course we caught hell. Yeah. Captivity is captivity.
Right.
Yet these motherfuckers actually let us go.
Yeah.
All right. The fact that, once again, going back to the United Nations that voted on the reparations for slaves.
Yeah.
All right. The fact that the motherfuckers behind the motherfuckers behind the slave trade, the Israelis, America, and Argentina, which, you know, they're all all those governments controlled by small hats.
Yep.
All right. The fact that they said, no, we disagree with you niggas getting reparations, goes into what the sentiment Moses and the message Moses had for Pharaoh, let my people go. That's directly from the Heavenly Father. Let my people go.
Yeah.
Okay? So the fact that we are yet this day in our captivity, still looked at as nothing, getting treated as less than human by the people that brought us in captivity, our captors, shows that Esau has hurt unjustly.
Yep.
And the large reason why there's so much judgment in the earth is because Esau got control of the earth, and all throughout the world he's doing unjust practices.
Right.
Which, you know, as the brother said, the result of that, all right, what the Heavenly Father is issuing out as a result of, okay, what's the wages of all this unjust dealings that you being in control, Esau, Edom, in control of the earth, what wages have you earned?
Mm-hmm.
Judgment.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Give unto her double. For what she has given unto us, she got to get double, man. Revelation 18, I believe in 8.
Yep.
Because hey, that's all Esau has done, man. It's just continuous with a continuous stroke. Right? He gets his liberation. He want Jake to go into slavery. Right? He get his hoax. Right? And his civil rights is still the only ones that matter.
Right.
Right? This devil is crazy, man. He did that shit twice.
Right.
Meanwhile, this nigga get for nothing. All right, for a psychological mind fuck that they convinced the whole world to believe, the so-called Holocaust,
Right.
which was not even that.
Right.
Holocaust means holy burnt. They were not holy burnt in no goddamn gas chambers.
Nope.
Right.
All right, they had a form of lice called typhus.
That's right.
All right, and you know that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
Well, just real quick, and they didn't have 6 million. They only had 600,000, including Germany and the surrounding countries.
Right.
I just looked it up in the census.
Yeah. And with that, still I forgot about your damn, what was I saying?
Them motherfuckers had typhus.
Oh yeah, no, before that,
dirty ass niggas.
Before that.
Yeah, they fooled the world with the psyop, with the hoax.
The psyop they had. They convinced the world to believe that shit. And that shit wasn't even true. All right, so here it is. They're getting yearly reparations.
Yeah.
Every year, America sends billions of dollars to the small hats, to the point that them small hats, before all this bombing and shit took place from Iran hitting them niggas, you had small hats over there just living rent free, because everything was being paid for by American tax dollars. So these niggas can get yearly reparations and an all expense paid life.
Right.
For going through absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the people that actually had genocide performed on them,
Right.
and suffered slavery,
Yeah, heinous acts.
heinous
performed
acts.
on them.
All right, to this day. In the words of
generational trauma.
Yeah, generational
You know?
trauma. In the words of John T. Wilder, to this day, all right, can't even get reparations.
Right.
Meanwhile, you gave reparations to the gooks that built some damn railroad tracks.
Right.
but niggas that's still catching hell can't. So man,
And the groups that you put in concentration camp.
Right.
Yep.
And the fucking the Japhites that you bomb their fucking islands, they get fucking reparations.
These motherfuckers get to come over here and live in Gadite housing.
Yeah.
You go to a Gadite housing, we was getting ready to move into one, because you know you get those benefits or whatever. And it's full of Japhites. I was like, hell no, we ain't moving in here with all these fucking mayonnaise eating fucking demons.
I can't stand them motherfuckers.
Japheth.
Yeah, I don't
see?
know. They are fucking.
You feel me with him, man.
They you know why? It's because
understand.
they hate Jake, in particular Judah. They hate Judah so much, but they copy everything.
But they want to. They hate you because they really want to beat you.
Yeah, they hate us because they hate us.
Yeah.
In the words of somebody.
They really they try to really
dress, talk,
they try to really mimic
Gang
to the
bang.
very
That's
best
right.
of their ability Judah in particular.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like they trying to be Issachar.
Yeah.
It ain't like they trying to be Gad or nothing. They trying to be Judah in particular, and then they flash so much hate towards Judah.
Yeah, bro, that's why I don't like that shit.
And that's because we've been at war with them for a long time. Because they used to send out the leads against us because they were the big ones that used to work out and run and try to compete with Jake.
Okay, housing, Javon housing.
Nah.
Mayonnaise eating motherfucker.
I got a really quick scripture too.
Okay.
Spam and mayonnaise, man.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Mayonnaise and everything. They put mayonnaise in their Cheerios.
Oh,
Nasty
they
niggas,
really
man.
fucking hate. It's that fake ass reggae they got.
I hate that shit
I
too.
fucking hate
That
that
came to
shit.
mind earlier this week. It's so whack. That shit is whack. They try to give the little island Benjamite feel.
Yeah.
And then it's always singing about some love song to some bitch. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, y'all not us, man. Stop it.
Stop it.
Because you best believe whatever, I don't know what their music sounded like before they was influenced by Jake.
Right.
But it's obvious that y'all think y'all Jamaicans,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying, trying to make music. Like, get out of here, man.
Hey, their new flag is red, gold, and green.
Wow.
Hawaii's new flag is red, gold, and green.
Thinking they some rocks.
Y'all fucking wish.
Yeah,
They
some
really think
biters.
they're the same people, man.
They some biters.
Hey,
You know
the Lord said he gonna come back and he gonna separate, man.
Yeah, man.
And when he separates and he really elevates and shows that Israel is his people,
Yeah.
and the rest of you people don't matter, they're gonna be crushed.
Yeah.
You know?
And another thing too, you know, because when you would if you were to tell them like some Filipino who got who love wearing Seahawks gear, because that's the shit out here.
In Jordans.
A Filipino rock some 11s, some 11s, some black and white 11s.
Yeah.
You know, with a Seahawks jersey, some Levi's,
With the Seahawks
with a Seahawks hat.
Yeah.
And they're all cookie cutter. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell that, okay, this style that they got is because they see niggas do it.
Right.
So where it's like, now we got a nigga not saying us, but I'm saying niggas in the world, they gotta switch up the gear and do something else, because you got these fucking parasites trying to host on your style.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
So if you were to tell them, if a Jafar walked up looking like a nigga and you were like, man, you biting so-called Negro black people style. Oh no, we ain't no.
Right.
The way you prove, like, nigga, okay, how long have Filipinos and shit, your people been in America?
Right.
It only goes back so far.
Right.
All right, early like 50s, 60s, 70s.
Right.
Probably about 60s, 70s. Well, not even that. I'd say probably like 70s, 80s. All right.
It really started showing up.
Yeah, okay, so your people's only been here for the set. And when y'all got off the boat, y'all was not dressing like this.
Yeah,
I had flip-flops on.
You know what I'm saying?
What did your dad dress like?
You
What
had
did
the
your
bowl,
grandpa
you had a
dress
bowl
like?
cut
Right.
with some fucking thong sandals.
Right.
Okay, with a white beater and some fucking some hand-me-down shorts on.
Right.
Yep.
Hey,
Hand-me-down
that's what really pissed me off is because they watch Jake on TV, it's their idol. They dress like Jake, but then they hate us.
Yeah,
Right.
bro, I can't
Fuck y'all
stand that
niggas,
shit.
man.
Right. And really, they mad at us because they women want us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
very
saying?
much
That's
so. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's right.
this is true.
Hey, real
We
quick,
make
this is
them ooh and ah.
real quick. This is Romans chapter 6, verse 23. It says, "For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of the Heavenly Father is eternal life through Mashiach Yahushai our Lord." You know, the way because the brother had mentioned that. The brother had mentioned a little bit ago. You know, for all of this, the pay that they're going to get is destruction, man. You know, as far as all the things that Esau has been doing, all the things that Small has been doing, all that type of stuff, what they're going to get is destruction. That's the paycheck that they're going to receive for that. Because the wages of sin is actually death, man. You know?
Before we get too far ahead, can I read this real quick? Because we're talking about all the reparations and rats beginning. This is a bill, which is like not the person, but the actual bill.
Okay.
Like a bill of rights.
Yeah, I was like, Bill who?
Yeah,
Who the fuck,
who?
Bill who?
Bill Nye, the science guy.
I was like,
Bill
what
Nye.
white motherfuckers trying to tell me something
Bill,
now? You
Bill,
know?
Bill. Even they try using Jake shit.
Right.
Yeah, anyway.
Right. It was
Hey,
all,
if
hey, you know what I'm saying? It was like 80s little, you know what I'm saying, music, but you can tell like, yeah.
Look at this nigga speaking of Seahawks.
Oh, damn.
That's ugly.
That shit whack.
That's ugly as
Yeah,
hell.
as fuck.
Ugh.
Guess I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
Cruise on.
Don't buy the PT. Go ahead.
I had a homie that was on Bill Nye Science.
Oh, yeah?
Went to school with him with Jake.
That was the shit when I was a kid.
Yeah, it
I ain't
was.
gonna front.
Straight up. If you had to watch that in science
Yeah,
class, you was
science
happy
class,
as
it
fuck.
was like, oh shit, they rolling the TV in?
Yeah.
Because they used to roll TVs in, see?
With a VCR.
That's back, right, with the VCR.
Yeah.
Right, that's, see?
Oh, dusty ass TV.
If they was gonna roll anything in, it was either the overhead projector
Yep.
or it was the fucking TV, you know? Either way, it was cool because it was like, okay, the light's about to go out.
Yep.
Susie, I can pass you notes. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I can
take a nap.
Right.
That too. Bill H.R. 8445, introduced in May 2024 during the 118th Congress, proposed amending U.S. law to extend Service Members Civil Relief Act, the SCRA, and Uniform Service Employment and Reemployment Right Act, the USERRA, protections to U.S. citizens serving in the Israeli Defense Force. It aims to provide legal and financial protection along with employment rights for Americans fighting for Israel, but it didn't stop there. Now they're sending money to the actual Israelis that fight for the IDF. The purpose to support U.S. citizens fighting in the Middle East by providing SCRA and benefits. Where's it going to where they, the outcome. In the mid-2024, the bill was not enacted and did not move past the committee, but the bill was introduced in 2023-2024, which technically extended into 2025, but did not pass. But they're leaving out the part where they're actually giving U.S. The same benefits to the actual IDF. And so I seen somebody come out with that this week, and I was like, damn, these niggas is giving money that could be going to veterans to motherfucking Israelis.
Fuck this world, man.
Yeah.
Like for real, if you want to just stay in this world, you got mental issues, man.
Right.
Yep.
Mental issues, severe mental issues. All right, jumping back into the second Ezra 6 in verse 20.
I wasn't sure if it was just 499 or if it was 399.
Second.
Go ahead.
Second Ezra 6 and 20, it says, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens.
Hey, this world is starting to vanish away right before our very eyes, man. Hey, the quality
Being unraveled.
The Americans know that the quality of life that they had before COVID is gone.
Yeah, before 9/11.
They know that realistic, because 9/11 was a big shock. I remember that was a big shock for people, man.
Oh yeah.
The freedom that you had before that happened. right?
Yep.
Then they took that away. People complained about it and whatnot. But then when COVID rolled through and they took shit away, that's when people really like it really clicked for the population that shit ain't the same. Shit ain't never gonna be the same.
Hey, if you think about
You know?
it, 9/11 kind of 441 right there. 9/11 kind of woke people up to another level of consciousness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because even I was in high school when that shit happened. When that shit happened, that shit kind of it kind of jarred your mind to where it's like, oh, shit like this can really happen. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you kind of back then, at least for me, Elam, Ishmael, they all. I didn't know the difference between a fucking Arab and a damn East Indian.
Most people still don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know.
Shit. Just a side note with that TSA thing. Like talking about 9/11 with TSA. Hey, TSA shouldn't have to be funded by the government because they charge you a 9/11 tax.
Yeah.
Wow.
On every single one of your tickets that you buy, you get charged a certain amount for TSA. But the government started digging into that and quit giving it to TSA because they wanted to get fat. And now look at you.
This system is completely corrupt, man.
Man, we live under a corrupt demon.
Yeah.
Esau Edom.
Yeah.
He's crooked. You can't be made straight, man.
That's right. We read it. The Lord said it.
Verse 20. 2 Ezra 6:20, it says, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's these satellites, all right, us putting videos up on the internet. All right, that signal going from Earth to these satellites all around the world and then being shot back down to the Earth to various regions. You know, the Apostle Tahar went into that in a recent video, you know. So ultimately, the internet is pretty much broadcasting its truth, all right, via the labor that the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is putting forth, you know, in actually coming out and pushing the word. Okay?
And it said signs and tokens also. Yahushua said, this gospel shall be preached throughout the whole world, and then the end shall come. That Christianity bullshit's been going out throughout the whole world forever.
And you got niggas going to the Amazon back in the 60s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Walking around in their drawers so they can fit into the local population.
Right.
Learning how to speak their language and
And
everything.
then ending up getting barbecued.
Right.
Trying to preach Jesus. They like, oh yeah, you know, they over here nodding their head. You think they accepting your doctrine? They like, no, we gonna eat your ass.
They Alex Jonesing you up.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you wake up roasting on the fire, tied up like a hog.
Yeah.
Right.
Your Edomite pig ass.
Yeah, there we go.
Big bird, stop!
That's slow churning you.
And the homies in the cauldron getting cooked like a frog. They turning it up slower and slower and slower.
We gonna
You're
turn
like, ooh, this is nice.
We gonna turn this nigga into tamales.
Then they start dropping onions.
We gonna turn you into barbecue.
What's the onion do for your skin?
Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
Carrots,
Onion?
too.
What's that? Garlic? What you doing? What's that do?
Hey, your tamales, your barbecue. We gonna roast your ass. You're a stew. We gonna make you into a stew. You know what I'm saying? And then we gonna turn you into turkey. All right, you know, like not the Epstein shit, but actual turkey. They gonna slice your ass thin and they have you dry it out like some salmon dressing
on the rack.
You know,
Wind dried salmon.
hit your ass with some salt and shit.
Oh, damn. Ooh, is this for exfoliation?
Hey, yeah, they gave you some peyote, so you bugged out. So you over here bugged out your ass. I was like, hey, you over here fucking seasoning yourself.
Right. You
high
rubbing
off some peyote.
Yeah, you really rubbing it in and shit. Hey, this must be great for
Gotta
you.
hit the elbow.
Hey, you think you exfoliating so you can hop in that river? No, nigga.
No.
We about to fucking air dry your ass.
This is how y'all live natural, okay? Because I want to live like how y'all live.
Yeah.
Do you think that this is what they do and shit? Oh, okay, yeah, this the ritual.
Yeah, y'all got air fryers, nigga. We got air.
Yeah. Talking about, well, you know, Jesus Christ, they just stick a thing through your lips.
Right.
No, you can that's enough.
Hey, immediately.
Oh, I'm like one of you now. I'm pierced. No, nigga. Salakia for our fathers, man. But hey, this is how it went down many moons ago.
Hey, you know how they bitch you talking or something, you might put your finger on their lip like, hey, like shit. And when they shove that thing on there, so Jesus Christ, he came for your
Oh,
eyes get all big and shit.
this is interesting.
You put that dirty ass finger. You got paint because they do it.
Yeah.
Right.
This is
Mud and shit.
Because they're part of the ceremony. Shit.
Oh God, man.
Damn. It's good to laugh sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hey, but that's how dumb this world is. Man. For real. Hey, why would you
Bear
go
with our
try
family. That
to
was
preach
a
the
long
gospel
road.
to some motherfuckers that, you know what I'm saying, gonna eat you?
Trying to manifest the end.
Right.
It didn't work. Esau.
It didn't work.
Now that the prophecies out there actually doing it through the spirit power of Yahweh Hashem outside, look at the income.
And the Lord said, you know, the word was going to be preached throughout the whole world, and then shall the end come. And behold, it's gone out. The real message has actually gone. This book has been actually broken down to where it's truly understandable. It's digestible, man. You know? We've made this so easy that a caveman can fucking read it, man. You know? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Shai, starting with the apostles and elders, or their elders before them, you know, working this way through. You know?
So finishing this off, 2nd Ezra 6:21, it says, and the children of a year old shall speak with their voices, the women with child shall bring forth untimely children, or prematures, preemies, as they call them.
Yeah,
Which that's damn near a normal occurrence nowadays, man.
Exactly.
You know?
Children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. Because a lot of jakes you see, a lot of these YNs was preemies.
Yeah.
You know, due to fucking pills, their mom on pills and shit. They getting born early. They expected to not make it, and then they grow into a damn YN.
Right.
You know? Verse 22, it says, and suddenly, this is the point, shall the sown places appear unsown. That famine we was talking about.
This manufactured famine with that straight of Hormuz going on and not getting the seed that they need and the fertilizer they need is going to cause this to happen in real time.
Yep.
And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. And that's that, you know, Yahweh started calling the elect up.
Yeah, trumpets, man. Spiritual trumpets. But you gonna go into your Haggins to get your normal goodies. You know, might be a little of this, might be a little of that, and everything gonna be gone.
Yep.
And you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yep.
I was here 3 days ago and it was full. Well, that's all it take for a store to empty out.
Right.
3 motherfucking days, and if they ain't got nothing coming, that's it. What you gonna do?
You see how wild people go when they think that there's some type of a calamity or a disaster or whatnot. They go and buy up all the damn toilet paper from everywhere.
Like they gonna eat some toilet paper.
Right. Like toilet paper somehow is gonna feed their family, but you know what I'm saying? Because that's their biggest fear is that they gonna run out of toilet paper. Not the fact that the Lord's about to, you know what I'm saying?
Judge.
The Lord's about to actually judge this place. That ain't their concern. Their concern is that they're gonna run out of toilet paper, and before they can get more toilet paper, you know what I'm saying?
We're just gonna have to wait this out, honey. We'll be all right.
You would think that they were going to make a run on the canned goods.
Right.
That the green beans would be snatched up off the damn shelves. You know what I'm saying? That's not what happened. They snatched them off the toilet paper.
Most of them is homesteaders, so they got canned goods at home that they grew in their garden. They can't, goddamn, man. We got food deserts in the hoods, man,
Right.
and the reservations.
Verse 23 it says, and the trumpet, verse 24, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run.
Hey, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The waters drying up.
Yep.
Mississippi River drying up.
Yep.
Euphrates drying up.
I'm sorry, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
No, that was it.
I was gonna mention how because it said friends was gonna fight against one another, man. You see how people are willing to just toss out entire relationships over differences in you know politics or you know what I'm saying, differences in
COVID.
You know, differences and let anything pop up. If there's a difference in that small difference, y'all could be compatible and in sync with everything else. This one small little difference.
Hey.
That's something of the world that really don't matter worth shit.
Man.
That's enough to really to drive the wedge into where y'all don't talk no more. Man.
I don't talk to him anymore.
Right?
Hey, remember seeing when around Thanksgiving, watching them videos of niggas crashing out at Thanksgiving?
Mm-hmm.
There's videos where motherfuckers be at Thanksgiving and they crash out and flip the whole table.
Damn.
Turkey on it, mashed potatoes, all that. Mac and cheese.
During COVID, I remember that.
Dressing, all that. Just flip the whole damn table. Over argument.
Hey, the Friends Fighting Like Enemies, another reference to that good-ass movie, Leave the World Behind. Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
You know? Hey, we worked on my house,
Right.
Hey, that shit's over, man.
Yeah. Let something pop
off my
off.
porch.
If something pop off, your work friend, y'all cool. Y'all kick it every day at work. Y'all chop it up all day long about the variety of things. You know, his wife, his kids, all of that. Let something pop off. He don't give a fuck about you no more, man.
Yeah,
you know?
He's sitting there thinking, oh, he told me he got a whole bunker.
Right. He's thinking on how he's Alex Jones in you, man.
Yep.
He's sizing your ass up, thinking about eating you, man. You know, you was telling him about all these guns that you have, you know what I'm saying, while y'all was at work, in y'all work conversation on break and whatnot. And he's keeping track of what the hell you told him you got, man.
That's why we don't befriend these fucking heathens and niggas at work. We'll deal with you cordially, but as far as you trying, you trying to inquire what we up to on the weekends, and nigga miss me with that.
Invite you to, we're gonna throw whatever. Nah, I'm cool, I'm good. I got something I gotta do this week.
Well, we're cooking chili at lunch. All right, y'all cooking chili at lunch.
Y'all got it. Y'all got the juice.
Chili for real? Oh, that's dope. At lunch come, you out to the roof.
Right, I'm gone.
Where you going? We're doing the chili. Oh, no, that's for y'all, man. I gotta take care of.
Yeah, I'm on a
You
diet.
don't want these? Yeah, I'm on a diet, man. You don't want these chili? No, I'm on a diet.
I'm on a diet.
Strict right now.
What type of diet? Edomite diet.
I'm on this real special diet called Nunya.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm on a Nunya diet. A Nunya diet? I haven't heard about that one yet. Because it's none of your business, man.
That's right.
Can you elaborate? Well, I mean, you can call it a mind your too. Well, what's that? Mind your business.
Well, none of yo, and you should mind your motherfucking business. Everybody's got anything else? Nah, hey, so we living in beautiful times. Hey, continue to chant down Babylon, man. The power and the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is working through the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And you can see this place crumbling to the end. And like Jericho, we're going to continue to call this motherfucker out and continue to put out that frequency so that these walls can be crumbled and demolished. But one more time, we're going to face the east. Give all praises, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash.
All right, until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.